Hello students, this video is going to help you create a bad news message. So bad news message is very, very different from the good news message. Our instinct is sometimes to be rude or condescending. In other words, they should know that this is, for lack of a better word, a dumb request, but we cannot respond that way. So we have to show empathy for the receiver. We have to make sure that we outline the facts in a way that helps them to see that why they're getting this bad news, and that we use tactful and effective language. So the goal is to prepare the receiver for the bad news so that they will accept it when you get to it. So let's look at an outline for a bad news message. The first thing you're going to do is begin with a neutral idea. It may be something that leads to the refusal or leads to the bad news, but it should be something neutral. It could be something about the company. It could thank them for being a long-time customer. It could talk about anything that's semi-relevant, but it should not give away the bad news. Again, it can be 1 or 2 sentences. Then the second paragraph, what you're going to do is present facts. So, for example, say that somebody was going to return an item that was outside the warranty. You would talk about how the warranty is there to ensure customer satisfaction or prevent product misuse, and then outline each part of what the warranty includes. Then state what dates or whatever might be. The warranty expired on March 1st and you didn't open the product until March the 10th. We're going to present that first, and that way when they get through reading these facts, the reader's going to say, oh yeah, this is why I'm not going to get what I want. Then you're going to state the bad news using the bad news sandwich. We'll look at that in just a minute. But you want to use a positive tone. So this is going to be one of your discussion questions. So instead of saying your warranty does not cover your car, you might say your car would be covered only if you purchased a different warranty. So we're trying to make it positive, okay? So what could they have done to get what they want, okay? And then your last sentence in the second paragraph is going to be a counter proposal or a silver lining, something. In most cases, we're going to try to say offer them a coupon or something minor that would keep them as a customer, keep them as an employee, because you don't want to lose their business. And then the third paragraph is going to be our goodwill closing again, and you do not want to mention the bad news again. You want to indicate some kind of continuing relationship, such as don't forget to buy some chips to go with your soft drinks at they'll be on sale next week, or something like that, or thanks again for being a loyal customer, whatever it might be, but absolutely do not mention the bad news again. Just a few keys. Do not start your message with any of these sentences. I'm writing in response to your letter. Your message has been given to me for reply. These things are obvious and do not need to be stated. Although a refund requested cannot be approved. So what you've done is immediately tell them it's not approved. Your request has been reviewed. Well, I certainly hope it has. I can understand how you feel. Or unfortunately, we don't ever want to use those. Do not ever assume to be in the position of the customer or the employee. That's the first thing they're going to say is, no, you don't know how I feel. Okay? So we want to avoid those things, and again, start with a buffer. Thank you for being a loyal customer. Our company has a reputation of being the best in the business. Something like that. So let's look at kind of the important part here, and that's the bad news. How do we write that? So what you're going to do is kind of sandwich it. So first you're going to have your reasons. You're going to talk about the warranty or company policy or something like that. And then that's going to be maybe 2 or 3 sentences. Then you will start with the bad news, and in the same sentence, you will have the silver lining. There are a lot of examples in your book and on the slideshow, but let's say this, for example. While a refund is not available, please enjoy the enclosed 20% coupon off of your next purchase. Okay? So you didn't say you're not getting a refund. You just said the refund's not available, and you just explained why in your explanation. But then we covered up really quickly with a silver lining, such as a discount coupon. That usually seems pretty common to use. Okay, let's look at the closing for just a minute, and here's some don'ts. Don't restate the bad news. Don't do something to seem superficial. Don't undermine your refusal by saying something like, well, if you're not happy with this explanation, call my supervisor, or contact us if you have any questions. You don't want to have any statements that encourage future questions or controversy. You want them to accept your explanation. Also, do not use these sentences in your goodwill closing. Thank you for your interest. When we can be of further help, we trust is satisfactory. On and on, as you can see on the screen. These things are unnecessary. They're just a waste of words. You do not need them. Your goodwill closing should be a sale item, a resale or sales promotion. Don't forget to check our catalog where you can order online all day. Check out our website for specials of the week. Come in and see our remodeled store, whatever it might be, to encourage them to come back in and shop at your store. So if you take a look at this letter on the screen, on the left is incorrect, on the right is a better way of sending this message. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. It's on the slideshow, I think in chapter 7, but look at some things that are what I just told you not to do. Your message questioning your statement has been received, obviously, or they wouldn't be sending this letter. I'm sorry, okay? You're really not sorry. We cannot adjust your account. Clearly, the statement is correct. Okay, that's very rude and aggressive, but let's look at a better way to say that. Maintaining a wide selection is excellent strategy. The skis are the best available, so you're really complimenting this person for wanting to sell this item. Okay, each of the order forms, surely you saw the information printed in bold. Our telephone operators explain it. I'm sure you can understand how much it cost us. Well, no, obviously not. So we talk about the refund policy and how they could have gotten a full refund, and how much it does cost to restock them and why they can't sell them. And it's very specific about the amount of their account and when it took place. So instead of saying, thank you for doing business with us, please call, which we don't want them to call about this again, we say, hey, when you look forward to the next season, check out our catalog items and save 10% if you order early. So this is a classic example, a very good example of how your letter should be, your message should be written. Also, a caution about the subject line, because again, this is an email. Make sure you go back to the other information about emails, and that subject line is very important. Do not give away the bad news. So I would say something like, refund request, or I don't remember what your topic is for the message, but something very generic that does reference their letter so that they know this is about their request, but it doesn't tell them that it's refused, because then they're going to open it and they're going to already be mad just because they read the subject line. So again, the key is to have them read the explanation first, and then when they read it, they'll start to understand that they're not going to get what they asked for, but they will understand why, and hopefully accept the answer for what it is without creating any further questions or controversy. Okay, so again, please look at your slideshow. It has a lot of good information, particularly on what not to do, and please use your rubric as well. That will tell you what is supposed to be included in each paragraph, how the bad news sandwich is supposed to appear, and how many points are going to count off. In a bad news letter, we want to be careful about using the word you, because we don't want to finger point at the reader. So be careful about that. We wouldn't want to say, well, you bought this on this day and you didn't open it until then, and you should have read the fine print and you should know better. So we really want to be careful about saying those things. Again, check your slideshow, check your textbook, and good luck.